Victory Monday on Cowboys Flashback. I'm Britt Johnson. Before the Cowboys took on the Washington football team on Sunday Night Football, the team received several gifts for the holidays. First took place on Thursday Night Football when the 49ers' loss made the Cowboys clinch the playoffs. Sunday, thanks to a strength of victory tiebreaker, compliments of the Raiders' win over the Broncos, the boys clinched their first NFC East Championship since 2018.
So I've heard some of the guys have said, I already have one of those hats, I have those shirts and stuff like that. We have bigger goals. But you're sporting both of them right now. Tell me what it means to you. What does the NFC East Champs right now mean to you?
Yeah, I think obviously we've got bigger goals than this, but it is an accomplishment. It's something we set out to do. Now, obviously, there's a lot more we have to get done, but it is an accomplishment to enjoy and celebrate for a little bit, and then back to work.
You've been here in 14 and 16, two really good teams, and I know you hate kind of to compare and stuff like that. But do you remember a game where y'all just put it on them in all three phases like this?
No, I think we talked about that last night in our meetings with the coach, and we wanted to come out here and all three phases kind of clicked today, and I think all three phases scored today. So again, a great team win against the division opponent.
What's next? I know that the mindset is just keep the pedal to the metal and all that. Is that sometimes harder to do when you have a game like that to come back to practice and say, hey?
No, I don't think so. I think we got a huge game coming up next week versus a really good Arizona team. So look, we got the right kind of guys in the locker room, and we'll enjoy this one. But I know when we get back in the facility, we'll be locked back in, ready to go next week.
How about number 4? He's taken a little bit of hits, criticism here in the last few games. He plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, Dax is mentally tough as any guy I've been around, and awesome tonight. He was firing on all cylinders, total command of the offense, had us going up and down the field. So he was great tonight.
Rate the touchdown celebration for your offensive lineman.
Yeah, that was a spike with some authority to it. So yeah. I think last year Zeke gave him a ball and he kind of had a weak spike, so he made up for it tonight.
Yeah, he said he's never scored before.
Yeah.
When that play is called in the huddle, what's going on? You guys are like.
Well, the last couple of weeks, Kellen's been trying to get O-lineman a touchdown. We tried to get McGovern one last week, and I think this week we had a good feeling that they were going to get sucked in, and Terrence is going to be open there. So it was great for the big guy to get a score.
Awesome. And real quick about him, he's moved from left side, right side, all over the place. His attitudes, he seems like he's just whatever's needed.
Yeah, he's just a worker, and he wants to do whatever he can to help this team. And he really put a lot of work and a lot of time in this offseason to get himself ready to go and be available and be ready when his number's called. And it's been called a lot of different places this season. He's done a great job.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Final score against the Washington football team, 56-14. Now that the Cowboys have clinched the division, all eyes are now on securing the #1 seed in the NFC. And of course, I'm sure more picks from this guy.
You guys have won 4 in a row, but this is the first win in a while, like earlier in the season, where you guys really dominated. Is it fair to say that the Cowboys got their swagger back tonight, or is that too overstating it?
That's too chiefy. But I feel like we getting back to what we was doing at the beginning of the season, and we doing it at the right time, going into the playoffs and stuff. So, I'm excited to see what the Dallas Cowboys got in store.
Zeke was real happy that the offense took the lead in the bet. So a little extra motivation for you next week.
Yeah, we gotta. They had a game today, amazing game. We gotta bring it next week.
Calvin obviously found out he was going to be starting on short notice.
Yeah.
What did you talk to him, just leading up to it? Did you give him any advice, and what did you think about the way he played?
I think he played really well. He did really good, did a really good job. And, I did talk to him, like my little brother. So, I talked to him before the game, just told him this is just like college, just get comfortable. Don't be too, But I talked to him definitely before the game just to calm his nerves a little bit. And, he went out there and did a great job. Just
before you had your pick, they introduced Everson Walls from a suite. Did you know he was at the game, and did you know he was going to be introduced?
No, I didn't know he was at the game, but it's funny that, just how everything just aligns, and, it's amazing.
Have you talked to him at all? Has he come?
Not yet. I'm going to talk to him soon, though.
You got 11 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Is that number, normal for you, or what you expect, or is wow, I can't believe I got this number?
I feel like it's normal. I feel like I can get as many picks as, I want. I just need the opportunities and, just good position, and, I'm going to make it happen. So sky's the limit, so we'll see.
Well, I will tell you guys, this was my hardest week on picking Brit's game ball. So many outstanding Cowboys players, but I indeed had to do this hard task. Stay tuned to see who I chose next.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T. Choose VA. Veterans get the benefits you've earned. Visit choose.va.gov. And by Reliant, an NRG company. This segment is brought to you by AT&T.
It is time to hand out Brit's game ball this week, and it clearly had to go to the guy that, well, handed out the ball a lot during the game. He was the host with the most, feeding everyone this holiday season. Dak Prescott has suffered a lot of criticism since returning from an injury midway through the season. Sunday, by halftime, he had secured the most pass yards in the first half of the season with 321.
Slump officially over for the offense?
You tell me. I never said we were in a slump. Those were your words, so I think it'd be hard for you to say that now. But yeah, tonight was great. Great performance by the offense, great performance by the team. I mean, scoring on all three phases, scoring by all the different ways that we did on offense. Great team win, great team effort.
What message do y'all send when, having clinched the NFC East in a playoff berth before the game started, you still go out and put out a performance like this?
Yeah, I don't know if many people knew that we clinched before the game. I didn't. That's kind of what my message was. Talking to the guys in the circle up right there was about going out and winning this division. So I mean, I don't know if we're in the world or in the business of trying to send messages more than we're just trying to get better, day in and day out, game after game, and make sure that we're playing our best ball, as I continue to say, and peaking at the right time headed into this tournament.
You got the hats on. How did the celebration feel after the game?
Oh, yeah, it felt good. I mean, obviously winning the division, something that you set a team goal to do at the beginning of the year. And to get the T-shirts and hats, that's a cool thing, but I can guarantee nobody in the locker room is satisfied with that.
You're the first quarterback to throw a touchdown pass to a running back, receiver, tight end, and offensive lineman in the same game in NFL history. Was the easiest throw to Steele or to Zeke? What was the easiest one for you?
I don't know. Maybe the Schultz one. I don't know. They were. I give credit to Kellen on those. I mean, dialing all of those up at the right time. Obviously, great looks on all of those situations. Even obviously right before half, the one to Amari. I mean, those were just great play calls at the right time, knowing what the defense was doing, and just made my job easy to get the ball to the open guy.
Zeke and Amari both mentioned tempo as a big part of why y'all were successful early on. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's just something that if you just look over the course of the season, when we're in tempo, we're playing some of our best ball, keeping it simple, executing, and obviously you're putting the pressure and you're applying the pressure on the defense and forcing them to play that you want to play the defense that you want them to and play more simple. You get them out of all their game plan and their schemes, and it just works for us. It works for us well.
Were you more decisive with using your legs tonight than you had been?
I mean, I think the opportunity came. Saw some lanes, felt the pocket a couple of times that allowed me to get out. And then as well as, I mean, I just feel good. Body feels good. Just knowing that, felt fast. So obviously back home, back in the turf, and felt good.
I was going to say that you looked faster and quicker than you have in a while. I mean, did you feel that way? I mean, seriously, you looked like you had a lot of energy out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I did. But, I mean, I think that just goes into everything that I've put into the work that I've put into my body all season long, honestly. And you do it to make sure at this time of the year you're feeling the best. And when a lot of people are hurt and trying to deal with things, fortunate enough that I feel probably better than I have all season long.
Well, I'm definitely glad Dak is feeling his best he's felt all season. Dak ended the game with 329 yards, completing 28 on 39 attempts, with 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions as Cooper Rush took over towards the end of the third quarter. Let's talk about some complimentary football when we return.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T. This segment is brought to you by Ashley HOMESTORE, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys showed the world a thing or two about what complimentary football looked like in the first quarter. 2 interceptions, including a pick six from DeMarcus Lawrence, plus a touchdown from tight end Dalton Schultz and one from Ezekiel Elliott.
D-Law, can you take us through the interception that turned into a pick six? What did you see as the play developed?
I mean, shoot, all honesty, the quarterback just threw the ball right in my direction, and, I was lucky enough to get my hands on the ball and make it to the end zone. I don't know how I made it to the end zone, I just made it, so.
The young boys, you can still run?
Yeah, man, just being the oldest guy on the defense, bro, it's a lot of talent to keep up with, so, I got to show the young boys that I still got it.
So if it's touchdowns versus turnovers, and you got a turnover for a touchdown, how does that work for the bet?
Offense be cheating, bro. They only gave us the turnover, not the touchdown. So, they won the battle today, but, we're coming back strong next week.
I don't feel like you guys made a statement at all today.
I'm not really worrying about if anybody caught the statement. This is all about, us going out there and doing what we're doing each and every week. And I feel like we played a complete game today, yes.
You're the first team this year to score a touchdown on offense, defense, special teams in the same game. How important is it to have such a complete victory at this point in the year?
Yeah, man, this is all about building on that momentum, and that's what we did today. Offense came out, scored, defense came out, scored, and special teams. So being able to click on all 3 phases is huge for us.
When's the last time you scored a touchdown?
Probably high school. No, I scored in college too.
At Boise or Utah?
At Boise. Yeah, but, this is way sweeter than that. So, just blessed to be able to, be in the moment and, get that touchdown.
McCarthy said there was a bit of a celebration of the NFC East afterward. What does that mean to you guys? Division champions and still work to be done, I know.
Yeah, sure. It means we accomplished one of our goals. Now it's time to, put this behind us and start moving on to our next goal.
The Cowboys also broke the franchise record with the most different players scoring in a single season when DeMarcus Lawrence scored a touchdown, and they decided to have a little bit more fun when Terrence still became the 18th player to do so. Oh, and Chauncey Golston became the 19th player this season to score for the Dallas Cowboys.
So sometimes it just works out, right? Because you had that fumble, right? Yeah. You had it, and you were going to give it to you. Let's put it right here. And then next thing you know, you got the ball 2 minutes later.
Hey, man, you keep working. You going to eventually hit your head on the goal.
Hold on. All right. Take us through the block punt. What happened there? What'd you see? And just
see, initially it was a holdup. We was trying to get CD in the end zone, trying to set up a return. But my boy Corey, he did his thing.
Yeah.
Went back there and I heard the pow. You already know, whenever you hear that and you on the protection, time to go get it.
Yeah.
So I seen the ball and I'm like, I see the kicker, I'm doing the punter, and I'm like, he not gonna beat me to the ball. So, I just sized it up, waiting for that next pounce, and, walked in there.
CD said the offense and defense have been going back and forth, but special teams needs to jump in on that too.
It's a.
Here's your guy right here.
I just gave you your credit, my boy.
Here's your guy.
Just gave you your credit.
Get in here.
Hey, that's a team.
Get in here.
Right here.
Get in here, man. Tell us what happened on the play.
It was just part of just being a team player. Setting up things for another guy to get a touchdown and just executing the play. Coach Bones did an awesome job of just staying neutral and allowing us to just play fast.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Look at that. Yeah. Look at that. That man's a professional. Super Bowl man.
Rookie year, was that half? Feel like to wear?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Everybody was talking about don't get this. Don't come around too often.
Yeah.
Bro, appreciate savor these moments.
Awesome.
And I'm just really thankful and happy that I can do it with this group of guys. They really brought us in, all the rookies, and they really embraced us in this Dallas culture. So.
The Cowboys have set a record for most players to score a touchdown in 1 year. I believe they got it up to 19 with 3 different guys tonight. So you're one of your Cowboys record of one of the guys that scored.
And that's nice, but that type of thing, the whole group, the whole 84, 85, and plus the coaches, that's everybody type thing.
Now, one of those touchdowns, Terrence Steele, was an offensive lineman, and he was the first offensive lineman to score a touchdown since 1968 for the Dallas Cowboys. My mom was 2 years old. Besides that play, we have another gap moment after the break. Stay tuned.
This segment was brought to you by Ashley HOMESTORE, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back to Cowboys Flashback. Britt Johnson here with Nick Eatman. Now, Nick, this game was really exciting. The first drive got us a little nervous, and then Trayvon Diggs kind of set the whole pace for the rest of the game with that interception on the first play. So tell me, what did you pick out of these millions of moments that you could have picked for a gap moment this game?
Well, you know, you think back, they just played Washington 2 weeks ago. They got up 24-0, and then they kind of had to hold on a little bit. So we went to this point. It's 21-0 here. Cowboys have a lead, and then Washington scores. So it's 21-7. It's 3rd and 7 here, and so it's like, are they going to do this again? Is momentum starting to come back? Let's look at Dak here. He's already run the ball a couple of times for some first downs, including a 13-yarder. So I thought this play was huge here. 71, La'el Collins is doing some work over here.
Welcome back, La'el, by the way.
Yeah, welcome back. And we got a better one. Oh, yeah, he got a little bit of help. Him and Zach, there's no shot there. All right, let's roll it here. Now, watch Dak here. As he's running, he kind of stopped for a second. You look at this safety right here. He already has seen him running. He's got the first down sticks here. He's pointing. He's directing traffic. But just the threat of run sucks him in, and then boom, deep ball. Michael Gallup down the sideline. He can't cover everyone. It's 41 yards. Yak. There you go, 41 yards for him. Now let's go back to the next play. So what does that lead up to? That leads to a run here by Zeke Elliott. And watch 71. He's following the big guy too. Let's play it here.
Now, I think this is probably my favorite move I've seen from La'el Collins since he's been back.
Oh, yeah.
That block right there.
That block, him out from the right side to the left. Zeke finishes the run just like that. It's 28-7. And let's watch it again here as big La'el's on the move. He even said he wished he kind of finished him off a little bit more. He's big and nasty. Remember, he got in a fight in the last game against Washington. Big game. That was a turning point. There was not going to be a comeback, 28-7.
Yes, great game for the Dallas Cowboys. So we definitely have to check in with Twitter. Thank you so much, Nick Eatman. We'll be right back.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T, Reliant, an NRG company, and by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full and condensed game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl.
Well, welcome back. You guys know what time it is. It is time to check in with Twitter. This week, we're going to do it a little bit differently because we have some former players and, of course, some current Dallas Cowboys players, unfortunately, who have had some tweets for us. Now, Malik Hooker and Jordan Lewis both were on COVID protocol this week, so they had to watch the game from home. But lucky for us on Twitter, they left us with some comedy. Now, this first one we have here from Jordan Lewis said, "Damn, this just got butt ugly." I mean, what better way can you describe yesterday's game for the Washington team? And you know he has a lot of beef with Washington, so this was a great game for him to watch. Our next one from Malik Hooker, who is also out on COVID protocol, said, "What day is it? And am I out of protocol yet?" I know these guys were really excited about what their team was doing, but they definitely want to be in the mix with everybody else and get back on that field so they can do some work as well. Let's check out what we have next here. Former Dallas Cowboys player Des Bryant said, "D-Law out here acting like Trayvon. I love to see it." Trayvon also retweeted this, so did D-Law. Exciting, exciting game for the Dallas Cowboys. Our next one here says, "Dak and Zeke split the Rookie of the Year trophy. Trayvon and Micah Parsons split Defensive Player of the Year. If anybody mentions a defensive player playing better than 7-11, they a damn lie." Well, that is definitely true. I wonder if these guys would consider splitting it. I mean, they've been on the 7-11 thing all year long. I'll take it. Or we give one Defensive Player of the Year, the other one Rookie of the Year. Let's do it. These guys deserve these big awards. And then finally, we have a video here, which is just a little holiday cheer, a little holiday joy. Malik Turner in the second half of the game with the Home Alone reference. Yes, great holiday movie, great thing to go to here on this. The Dallas Cowboys ended a great game. We have another game next week against the Arizona Cardinals. looking to win that one and continue winning so we become first place and get that bye week so we can just coast on all the way to the Super Bowl. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Cowboys Flashback. I'm Britt Johnson, and I will see you guys during Week 17 of the NFL season.